Hey, Mike with Nerd Problems Gaming here, the channel where we go through the good and bad of everything nerdy to make sure you spend your time on the best of the best. In today's video, I'll be doing a review of the book Old Man's War by John Scalzi, so let's get into it. So this book actually takes place in a futuristic Earth where relatively free of conflict, but not so much in the universe. And so flash forward to this future time on planet Earth, the human race has spread across the galaxy and universe, forming different colonies. And while Earth is relatively safe, the colonies across the universe aren't, and that's where the Colonial Defense Forces comes into play. And so this story follows the journey of John Perry, a new recruit and enlistee in the Colonial Defense Forces. The only thing is, John just celebrated his 75th birthday. And so the unique thing about the Colonial Defense Forces is that you need to be 75 years of age and retired, basically, to join up. And so John had recently lost his wife and didn't really have anything left to live for on Earth, and decided now was the time to enlist and join up with the Colonial Defense Force. Now, besides having to be 75 years of age to join up, you also have to sacrifice everything you know and love on Earth in exchange for serving a few years in the Colonial Defense Force, but you also get the benefit, at least what people think, of becoming young again and getting a second chance on life. And so this book basically follows John's journey of enlisting, going through boot camp, and becoming a new soldier in the Colonial Defense Forces. And so it's a cool adventure where he travels across the universe trying to protect various colonies. So you're running into different space battles, but also having the boot camp experience and meeting new friends in that process as well. And I felt like it was kind of almost a combination of like The Matrix and Starship Troopers. And so part of the book will follow the boot camp process where the new recruits are training for the Colonial Defense Forces and getting used to their new abilities. And then the other part of the book is them actually going through and defending the various colonies. So to me, this book was super interesting and a lot of fun to read. It was hard to put down. It's very well written. And on top of that, it's part of a series. So there's multiple books in this series. So if you like this one, and this is the first one in the series, there's plenty more after that to further expand on the story that's set up in this first book, Old Man's War. I really like the book too because I feel like a lot of the characters are super relatable. And the fact that most of them never had any kind of combat experience, they were just kind of regular people, and they were made into soldiers through the training program of the Colonial Defense Forces. So it's cool to see them grow and expand into their abilities and take on the various threats across the universe. They do a great job with the battle scenes as well, both in the space fighting and on the ground as the Colonial Defense Force troops take on the alien threats. It's also cool, a lot of the different races of aliens that they create in the book, and getting to experience those and learn about those is really interesting as well. So again, I highly recommend checking out this book, Old Man's War. If you like sci-fi books and war stories, this is a great one to pick up. So if you'd like to pick up a copy, there'll be a link in the description below. But again, guys, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash that like button. It really helps out the channel. If you haven't done so yet, be sure to subscribe and turn on those bell notifications to get the latest updates of new nerd videos we put out here. And if you'd like to help us support the channel, pick out content and more, become a patron of ours over at nerdproblemsgaming.com/Patreon. And if you'd like to plug into our live streams and Let's Plays we do on the channel, you can follow us over on Twitch at nerdproblemsgaming.com/Twitch. But once again, thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you more soon.